Comic book art is a unique form of visual storytelling that has been captivating audiences for decades. With its combination of bold lines, vibrant colors, and dynamic panel layouts, comic book art has become an integral part of popular culture. From the early days of superhero comics to the modern day era of graphic novels, comic book art has developed and pushed the boundaries of what is possible in visual storytelling. Comics, also known as comic books or graphic novels, have a rich and fascinating history that spans over a century. From their humble beginnings as cheap entertainment for children to their current status as a respected art form and multi-billion-dollar industry, comics have undergone significant changes and development over the years. The roots of modern comics can be traced back to the late 19th century when newspapers began publishing comic strips. These strips, which featured recurring characters and storylines, quickly became popular with readers of all ages. One of the earliest and most famous comic strips was The Yellow Kid, created by Richard F. Outcault in 1895. The strip featured a mischievous boy named Mikey Duggan who wore a yellow nightshirt and became known as the Yellow Kid. The strip's popularity led to a fierce competition between rival newspapers, with each one trying to outdo the other by creating more engaging and entertaining strips. In the early 20th century, comics began to evolve into a distinct medium separate from newspaper comic strips. One of the key figures in the transition was Will Eisner, who is often credited with pioneering the modern comic book format. In 1939, Eisner created The Spirit, a series of comic books that featured a masked crime fighter who battled a range of villains. The Spirit was notable for its cinematic style, use of narrative captions, and creative panel layouts, which helped to establish many of the storytelling techniques that are still used in comics today. During World War II, comics became a popular form of entertainment for American soldiers, with publishers producing comics specifically for military personnel. The war also saw the rise of superhero comics, with characters like Superman, Batman, and Captain America becoming cultural icons. These characters, with their colorful costumes, larger-than-life powers, and patriotic themes, provided a much-needed escape for readers during a difficult time. In the 1950s, comics faced a significant backlash from critics and concerned parents who argued that they were a corrupting influence on young readers. This led to the creation of the Comic Code Authority, a self-regulating body that imposed strict guidelines and the content comics. Publishers were no longer able to depict graphic violence, sexual content, or other controversial themes, and many comics became more tame and formulaic as a result. In the 1960s and 70s, comics underwent a renaissance with a new generation of writers and artists pushing the boundaries of the medium. Marvel Comics in particular became known for its innovative and socially relevant stories, with characters like Spider-Man and the X-Men tackling issues like racism, drug addiction, and teenage angst. This period also saw the rise of underground comics, a subgenre of comics that often featured countercultural themes and explicit content. In recent years, comics have become more mainstream than ever before, with superhero movies and shows dominating popular culture. Comics themselves have also become more diverse, with a wider range of voices and perspective represented. Independent publishers like Image Comics and Dark Horse Comics have gained a foothold in the industry, producing critically acclaimed series like Saga and Hellboy. Webcomics, which are distributed online rather than in print, have also become increasingly popular, providing a platform for new and emerging talent. One of the defining characteristics of comic book art is its use of sequential art. Sequential art is the art of telling a story through a series of images, each one building on the previous one to create a narrative. In comics, sequential art is used to convey action, emotions, and even dialogue. The use of panels, gutters, and word balloons allows the artist to control the pacing and flow of the story, creating a unique reading experience that is different from any other medium. Comic book art is also known for its larger-than-life characters. Superheroes like Superman, Spider-Man, and Batman are iconic figures that have captured the imaginations of generations of readers. These characters are often depicted with exaggerated physiques, striking costumes, and powerful poses that convey their strength and heroism. Comic book art is not limited to just superheroes. It can also be used to tell stories about ordinary people, historical events, and even abstract concepts. Another important aspect of comic book art is its use of color. Color can be used to convey emotion, mood, and atmosphere. Bright colors can create a sense of excitement and energy, while darker colors can create a sense of tension and foreboding. Color can also be used to distinguish between different characters, locations, and time periods, making it easier for the reader to follow the story. In recent years, comic book art has evolved to include a wide range of styles and genres. Graphic novels like Mouse by Art Spiegelman and Watchmen by Alan Moore and Dave Gibbons have pushed the boundaries of what is possible in the medium, exploring complex themes and narratives. Manga and the Japanese style of comic book art has also gained popularity in the West, with series like Naruto and One Piece attracting millions of fans around the world. Let's take a look at some of the greatest comic book artists of all time. Jack Kirby. Jack Kirby is widely regarded as one of the greatest comic book artists of all time. He is best known for his work on Marvel Comics, where he co-created some of the most iconic characters in the medium, including the Fantastic Four, the X-Men, and the Avengers. Kirby's dynamic use of bold color and composition have influenced generations of comic book artists, and his impact on the medium is immeasurable. Frank Miller. Frank Miller is a contemporary comic book artist whose work has had significant impact on the medium. He is best known for his groundbreaking work on Batman, including the classic graphic novel The Dark Knight Returns, which redefined the character and helped to usher in a new era of darker, more adult-oriented comics. Miller's gritty, cinematic style and use of noir-inspired storytelling have influenced countless artists in the years since. Art Spiegelman is best known for his Pulitzer Prize-winning graphic novel, Mouse, which tells the story of his father's experience as a Holocaust survivor. Spiegelman's unique approach to storytelling, which involved using animals to represent different nationalities and ethnic groups, helped to elevate the medium of comic book to a new level of artistic and literary. Jim Lee. Jim Lee is a contemporary comic book artist who has made a significant impact on the industry in recent years. He is best known for his work on characters like Batman, Superman, and the X-Men as well, and his dynamic, highly detailed style has earned him a legion of fans around the world. In addition to his work as an artist, Lee has also served as a publisher and executive in the comic book industry, helping to shape the medium and bringing it to new audiences. These are just a few of many great comic book artists who have made their mark on the medium over the years. Each of them has contributed in their own way to the ongoing evolution and growth of comic books as an art form, and their legacies will continue to inspire and influence future generations of artists for years to come. The future of comic books is both exciting and uncertain. As technology continues to advance and new platforms emerge, the medium of comics is poised for a new era of innovation and creativity. There are also significant challenges, potential pitfalls that must be navigated in order to ensure the continued growth and success of the industry. One of the most promising developments in the future of comics is the rise of digital distribution. With the increasing popularity of tablets and e-readers, comics can now be easily and conventionally consumed on a variety of devices. Digital distribution also opens up new possibilities for interactive and multimedia storytelling, with creators able to incorporate video, audio, and other elements in their comics. This could lead to a new wave of experimentation and innovation in the medium as creators explore new ways of storytelling. Another exciting development is the increasing diversity of voices and perspectives in comics. As the industry continues to grow and expand, more and more creators from diverse backgrounds are entering the field, bringing with them new stories, styles, and perspectives. This has led to a richer and more varied landscape of comics, with a wider range of genres, themes, and styles represented. There are also potential challenges and obstacles that the future of comics must overcome. One of the biggest is the ongoing struggle to attract new readers and expand the audience for comics. While the popularity of superhero movies and TV shows has raised the profile of comics, there is still a perception that comics are primarily for a niche audience or hardcore fans. In order to reach a wider audience, comics must continue to evolve and adapt, telling stories that resonate with a broader range of readers and engaging with new and diverse communities. Another potential challenge is the ongoing issues of piracy and illegal distribution. While digital distribution offers many benefits for creators and readers alike, it also makes it easier for comics to be illegally downloaded and shared. This not only deprives creators of revenue, but also undermines the entire industry by devaluing the work of creators and making it harder for publishers to invest in new projects. In order to overcome these challenges and ensure a bright future for comics, the industry must continue to innovate and evolve. This means embracing new technologies and platforms, experimenting with new styles and formats, and engaging with new audiences and communities. It also means addressing the ongoing issues of piracy and finding new ways to protect work of creators and publishers.